What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete Strategy. I am Pete. I am a top grandmaster playing Risk Global Domination. Today we're working on our meta setting skills, and we got the second seat. Thanks, game. Been spawning in some unfavorable turn order positions, and I have personally found that is one of the most key luck elements that does me in. So we have our 2-point noob corner because of the blizzard up the top. Green takes a midboard cap. I can counter or block. I'd rather counter. I don't like any of my other cap positions. Capping in the +8 sucks. Yeah, I mean, maybe that really does sort of choke up a decent amount of board. White will see it. Encourage them not to go there. Do we like that? Do we like that? Do we like this 2? I think this 2 ends up being shitty, but so does Bulgaria. So let's try that. Let's try that. I don't love it. I really don't love it. How you doing? Tease, if you please. How you doing? Jizzle, Bizzler, Juan. How are you? Electrically, how you doing? More Thanu. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kill Pete Strategy. Egyptian Lobster says, hey, Pete, sending some love your way. Happy to see some Europe this morning. Thanks, man. Okay, so to finish the topology, this is a very interesting board. It's all fucked up. Our 1 line is normal. Our 2 line creates an Italy pocket. Our 3 line goes into Dinarides, as does our 4 line. And then what I've kind of done is I've kind of choked up the only means out of the east. Like purple has a very nice cap in Prussia if they want it, right? That's 1 of 2 points on the entire bottom right, but they didn't take it. Good. Okay. So, I don't know. White and green see me. Green sees me up there. He should feel no amount threatened by that. White, I basically was just worried about them capping behind me. So now we have probably the +8 in 2 turns. How you doing, South? Kaiser, first time watching live, and I can finally hear the music. Hello. Thank you for the hustle. Yeah, dude. My pleasure, man. It's super fun for me. What a great job. How you doing, Chair? Good morning. Well, the sexy bastard cover. Thanks, brother. Good morning. Good morning. Fuck your front page. Yeah, man. Back at you, Calmer. Back at you, bro. How you doing, Yoshi's? No cheer job. Nah, man. We're going to start right on with the show everybody's here to enjoy. Okay, so this has dual utility of setting up the +8 in the subsequent turn. I take Sevastopol. You're doing Parhensia. Got it from YouTube, first time watching live. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. How you doing? It's a goon. What's up, man? You down there in Florida with me? Not yet, my friend. Not yet. I'm sitting here freezing my balls off. I don't know why. Pete, you are so sexy and hot. I just want to rub my head through your beard. Thank you. What a nice thing to say. Good morning, Kyle. Good morning, Cheesy Puff. Clearly Iceland, where you kind of... I've been trying to encourage the people to stop capping Iceland because I want it all for myself. Don't tell anybody. Notably, we don't see anyone else's capital, so it's going to be bad. I was about to go 30 seconds from going live when I got the notification. Yeah, I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know what I'm doing anymore. We go live. We hope to get the game. I just shot. I shot two or 3 games this morning that I threw in the garbage. So, hey, doing Pumbaa. I'm just, like some combination of bad luck. My favorite streamer, favorite map, favorite settings. We doing it. We doing it, Icy Navy. You've been discouraging Iceland capping? I missed it. He threw something in the garbage this morning, too. It's a bummer. It's the price I pay for not exploring the world through picture. No, we're going to do it. We're just not going to start with it. I wanted to take a page out of the book of Kyle and actually get 1 game at least this stream where it's less likely there are 1 million people watching while playing. So... how we doing, friends? How we doing? Green's next step is going to be this. I figure. Orange decides that they don't actually want to play this game, or what? This is my one locked in game. Okay, orange is noob corner. Sure. You played Classic Fix Fog and it was interesting. It is interesting. I find the variance with Fog is that a fewer decision points, right? Like if you miss that one chance to get the guy, then you're fucked. Yeah, called that. Homeboy got a nice big juicy cap, friends. It's a goon. Watch you every day on YouTube and want to show some support. Thank you so much, man. Thank you very much. The support. I mean, I really don't ever dream that I would earn more than your precious eyeballs, but thank you, brother. Okay. Turn 2 plus 8. And I don't think we need a ton of troops on our capital. And white is 5. Yeah. Electric King says, Pete, I have an interesting philosophy question. I love it. A lot of people can agree that certain things are bad or evil. But why do so many people agree on one thing being evil? For example, stealing or murder. Where does evil come from? Oh, okay. I think this is a multi-part question. So the first part of it is, how do we define evil? And then the second part of it is, how do we come to agree? And if I'm not doing your actual question justice, then correct me, right? So as far as the definition of evil, I think we can point to human universals. We can point to things like we all have one life. We all see the end of that life as a tragedy. So we think of death as a negative, and we think of survival as a positive, and then by extension we think of the survival of others as a positive, and the survival of and the death of others as a negative. So I think human universals are preciously few. So where's green going here? Where's green going here? I'm curious. Yeah, so that's the first part. How do we come to define evil? I think society does a job of determining, like there's a major cultural component to the definition of evil that cannot be understated, right? Some cultures, and there's a tremendous variability in human. Should I just take that and 1 point? Yeah, I think I should. Okay, so now we build out to a 2 point, which is kind of the board structure I wanted. Like this. Yeah, 2 points. Exterior to my cap. We leave our cap a little bit weak. I don't know that green betrays, but he might. So as far as what I was saying, human variability historically regarding what different societies saw as good or virtuous. And there's a ton, like, I always bring this example up, but it's kind of my favorite. The example is that the Aztecs, right? The Aztecs would sacrifice their children to the gods. We would see that as horrifying, right? We would see that as evil. I think we do. And I actually, I like the benchmark of child sacrifice or child murder as a fairly objective human universal. So we would go so far as to say that the Aztecs were an evil culture, but internally, bring back human sacrifice. Internally to their culture, it was not, right? It was it was virtuous. It was noble. It was a noble way to sacrifice. So it's very easy for us to say, but it's very hard for you to objectively judge your own culture from within it. Okay, so then the second part of the question is, now that we figured out the definition of evil, let me see what exactly you wrote. You didn't put it in the question thread. How do we come to agree? Right. How do we come to agree? And I think having mature adult conversations is key. And this is another thing that we're not really doing in our culture. This is actually a place where I have always found our culture falls quite short. The quality of mature adult conversations. Who is the adult in the room? Because productive disagreement is challenging, and operating on the level that fosters and encourages productive disagreement more so. So let's put 1 troop on our capital. I don't think my cap gets opened again is the thing. So yeah, let's do that. Okay. This is a very nice board structure for turn 4, and green has been put into check a little bit. Yeah, so how do we come to agree? Well, I think for big picture things like evil, we have to agree. How you doing, Dark Sun? Welcome to the stream. Right? We have to agree. We desperately need to agree. Because, or even agree to disagree, as the trope is, right? Like, if we don't, we kind of fail at the single thing that is our evolutionary advantage as an organism, right? That the intersubjective agreement, the ability to coordinate and work together, is kind of what we are as an animal. So that's kind of how I answer your question. I don't know if I did a good job of it. And also, if you have a follow-up question, give it to me. IC Navy says, I'm not pro-human sacrifice, but it's kind of a trolley problem. If you think sacrificing 1 or 2 innocents save the crops, then maybe. Yeah, I know. But that's the whole thing. How did they come to believe that, right? So you would go so far as, from our vantage point, right? We would go so far as to say that is an evil culture, right? We would look at that and go, wow, those people murdered their children in this fictional notion that, it might solve their trolley problem. But from within their culture, they definitely did not think that way. Right? Trainwreck Deluxe says, productive disagreement is literally the easiest thing. All it is understanding that someone has a point of view different than yours. And to be productive doesn't mean anything has to change. Yeah, so what you say easy implies that other people are as intelligent as you, and they are probably not. So while it is easy for you, you can kind of immediately see that it might not be easy for everybody. And therein lies the problem. Right? Pete, you got a Mickey going. Yeah, it's a pretty good Mickey, though. I gotta say, I like this Mickey. It's a +8 Mickey with like half the or most of Russia there, too. All right, the second question is, if we as humans define evil by our culture, mostly define, I wouldn't say exclusively define, but mostly define, I'm paying far too much attention to the chat. Define evil by our culture, like how the Aztecs or how America does it. Is anything really evil? Is evil subjective? I think yes. I think evil is subjective. And if evil is subjective, is good also subjective? Of course. If evil is subjective, good is also subjective. Does that mean that everything means nothing? No. That you should do anything you want because you think so. Okay, so what you're doing is a very common thing that people do with ethics, is they try to find out objective ethical rules, right? I have found in my time learning about philosophy, the ethical objectivists to be the most absolutely annoying people to talk to, okay? How do you ground your ethics, right? How do we do the math? Why do we have to look at it like math? Why do we have to look at it like there is a single objectively correct answer? I think that is very much the left hemisphere way of thinking, right? The other way to think about ethics is this. You're a person. You matter. I'm a person. I matter. We might come up at all sorts of ways in which that we disagree. However, as long as I can qualify your perspective and you can qualify mine, then at least we can look at each other as still mattering. I have a conscience. Most people do. Not everyone. Psychopaths don't tend to. We can lean on that. We can lean on our humanity. Magenta just got their cap back. Cool. Dan says, this discussion is making me enjoy watching The Good Place so much. I fucking hated Chidi. Chidi drove me crazy. He was the most annoying fucking character. Philosophizing over this epic. Note from Bill Withers. Yes, it is indeed a lovely day. I feel bad for Magenti. What is green gonna do here? Okay, sets start to come in. We don't have this board mapped, unfortunately. Playing the tournaments again. All right. Just for you. Okay. I think purple has that bonus. Don't know where the purple cap is. Green's happy. Yeah, I'm not. You are my fucking linchpin, Green. I could have fucking capped Bulgaria. I'm happy that you have your 2-point figured out. You got fucking broken. Can ethics be asymmetric? This is a good one. This is a really good question. Do the rules need to hold consistently, or are vast qualifications acceptable? I think that matter of degree is the thing we have to solve and work on together, right? Because I think it is obvious that they are, right? I think, at least according to what I believe, right? If I say ethics are subjective, then the next logical step is, yeah, they're all obviously asymmetric as well. But that's the interesting part of the convo, right? How do you integrate two groups of people who believe very, very differently? This guy thinks I have that, or is he trying to guard against my 32? Oh no, he's a bot. When did purple bot? When did that happen? Purpy! What the fuck? Where did you go? What the fuck? How's it hanging? I'm pretty good today. How are you? Billionaires have their own ethics. And by their own, we mean lack of. Okay. Magenta has a... Ooh. Did this guy just forward a buttload of troops onto the green capital? Yeah. Oh. Are you an energy drink guy or more of a coffee guy? I only drink energy drink with booze. The idea of drinking an energy drink for the taste is revolting. I like to drink the energy drink for the sugar and the caffeine effect in combination with the alcohol. I love coffee though. I got real into coffee. Caffeine. Woo-hoo-hoo. Barb says there's no universal rules despite there being one set of universal morals. At some point in that sentence, I think we are mixing up a definition. Morals are equivalent to universal morals are equivalent to universal rules, in my humble opinion. Okay, so man, where's the purple cap? Howch, how are you, man? Coffee plus whiskey or vodka plus Red Bull? Vodka Red Bull. I drink Monster and vodka a lot, and I like it. Probably too much. I like it probably too much. Coffee and whiskey. The only time I will drink boozy coffee is I'll put like Bailey's in my espresso maybe. But then again, you're already adding the sugar too. Ricky. Okay, sorry, it's a big paragraph. I got to pay attention to the game. If you guys have questions, give me like 1 or 2 sentences at a time. Question related. I mean, that is probably 2 sentences. Question related to Master's Emissary, not finished yet, with regards to the concept of knowing an inanimate entity in the same way that one comes to know a close friend, partner, You changed how you view your personal hobbies and interests in your own life after reading. I don't understand the question. Sorry, man. Too many words. Can you say that with fewer words? Okay, Orange lost their cap. Monster 3 I know. That's what I'm going for. I just don't know how many troops are locked up against the green capital here, because we saw a fort and it was his cap stack. So I can make an assumption that it's like 20. I got to put everything on it, basically. And set kill purple set, and then go hunting. And here we go. How you doing, Hanoverian? I should put, like, yeah, it has to be that much, right? Okay. I think this game is over. Yeah, I think this game's over, friends. Hey! Feels good! All right, we open the white cap in a corner. What does he do about that? I hope green. Does he set? Does he set and smack the shit out of me? Let's go, Edmund the Sixth. You click so fast. I do. Too fast, perhaps. Kill green. Oh, he had the green kill. Rats. All right, I went for the wrong kill. I should have killed green. All right, we are on the 45. White is mad slow though, so I don't know. 3-player scenario. Couldn't kill everybody. Bummer. All right, I gotta go back to that question. I want to understand it. Knowing an inanimate entity in the same way that one comes to know a close friend or partner. Have you changed your view of your personal hobbies and interests? No, I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't understand it. Fuck. I want to, though. I'm not trying to gloss it over. Okay. McGilchrist discusses 2 ways someone knows something. Now green just attacks me too. Why though? Why would you risk lower? I could have killed you. You punished me. McGilchrist discusses 2 ways to know something via the right or left hemisphere. If this resonated with you, have you changed how you approach your hobbies or interests? Great. Okay. Good job, Green. What are you guys doing, you dumb fucks? All right, that was a fine play. That was a totally fine, perfectly normal behavior. So white is a 1-point block. I can just leave him blocked, right? Yeah, we can just do that. Don't let white get another card. Wait, what a dumb cap, man. What a dumb cap. Yeah, but if green has a set, he fucks me. All right. We'll risk it. We'll risk it. What a stupid cap. Wait, what a stupid cap. You suck, Edmund the Sixth. Don't put your cap there. He's going to win it. And then I'm going to kill him on 3, or green kills him on 3. I can't help this shit. I'm going to fucking stick you in a hole if you stick yourself in one, bro. I know they're fighting for their survival. Oh my God. The different ways of knowing things in the right or left hemisphere, the level up for me was that our culture is leaning more and more autistic, right? That we have become very interested, say obsessed with looking at things instrumentally. And we have completely lost the ability, or are losing the ability, to understand those instruments in the greater context. Kyle blames the vaccines. I don't know, man. I heard that one is a lie. He's just manualing. Okay, so he didn't get a card and he didn't feed his own kill. Good. Now I can beat green. Reasonable times, exactly. We're all very reasonable people. Okay, you did have a set on 3. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, man. I like this for you, green. I'm going to give you lower than white. Unfortunately. Because now you're not stopping, so. Do what you got to do, I guess. Hope you put troops on your capital. Oh, he got there in time. Now, white never gets another card. Yeah, let's just make sure white never gets another card. Yeah, goodbye. Goodbye, you Rome capping, corner capping fuck. Smell ya. All right, there we go. There we go. I don't think green is clowny. I just think he's not very good. Ricky says, when I read it, it resonated. My background is in healthcare, and I feel like I've become too fact-oriented, and I want to approach more of the whole than some of the parts moving forward. There's a reason why we aren't seeing polymaths, right? People who are, genius level in multi-disciplines. Our society does not select for it, right? Our society really wants you to specialize. It took me until my fucking mid-30s to become obsessed enough with this to be specialized enough to really, focus all of my energy on it, right? And I've always been interested in a little bit of a lot. So understanding the little bit of the lot helps you put all of the facts into context, which fucking matters, man, right? Because we have this really fractured and disparate sort of expertise that isn't mixing, because there is no philosopher king, right? Like Plato was talking about. There's no wise leader who can put all the pieces together. There's no CEO of the world. Yarnovec says, hey, Pete, I got laid off from my job in November. I just got a job offer on a new position. I started a couple weeks. Congrats, man. I got back into watching your shows, and I got the news. You really helped me de-stress and mentally survive. You're welcome. It goes both ways. Thank you for being here, man. And now green is just slowly quitting. So they both quit. They both reached this point, and then they quit. That's sad. We'll miss you. Kyle told me to tell you that you're an ass and a McNoodle. Like at the same time, or? Which one am I? The ass or the noodle? That was a sad finish. I was hoping you guys would resist a bit more. Oh, well. Q&A question from the Discord. Guys, if you have a question for me and you want me to read it out on the show, I would love to do so. I'll throw them in the Q&A thread, and they will be answered in the order in which they are asked. Today's question is from JPX1. Hey, Pete. So I've recently became an expert in my path to Grandmaster. Good for you. And I hit 50 followers on Twitch after 2 weeks. Good for you, bro. Awesome. Now I work the night shift, have my daughter every fortnight stream, and I'm looking to sort out YouTube videos with not as much luck as I have no editing experience. Do I have editing experience? Do I look like the kind of guy who edits? Ladies and gentlemen, do I edit? Give me a fucking break. Hey, thank you, Hot Pots. Thank you for the sub. And let's just clean this board up. I have no editing experience, and I see my family and girlfriend and everything else that goes into everyday life. Good for you. You're a busy man. Get it. You want to play Risk, you want to stream Risk, but you got life, kid, girl, all the things. I dig it. I respect it. So my question is, how did you manage to schedule all these things before you became a full-time content creator? Well, thankfully, I don't have a kid because I got divorced. I became so obsessed with Risk. I don't know if I've ever said this on the show. I became so obsessed with Risk partially because I needed something to occupy my time while my marriage was ending. But you could always say, like, what is the cause? What is the effect? Right. And oftentimes they are self-reinforcing. At what point did you put all of your time into content creation and back away from employment? Okay, so the timeline goes like this. I became obsessed with Risk during COVID. There was literally nothing else to do. I lost my ability to socialize. I lost my ability to play my hobby. I played physical, paper, Magic the Gathering in stores multiple days a week and with my friends and whatnot. Couldn't do that anymore. Okay, so where does my hobby go? My hobby goes onto my phone. I'm clicking away at my stupid fucking phone and, oh, geez, this Risk app. I know Risk. I've played Risk my whole life. Oh, wow, this Risk app is really fun. Oh, wow, I'm better than I think I am. How good am I? And that question, I would say, obsessed me for the next 2 years, right? Getting on the Discord, competing, placing second in my first tournament, being like, oh, my God, right? How far can we take this? And then I finally win a title. And once I won the title, I was like, all right, I guess you're pretty good. People started watching on YouTube organically. So the question is, how did you manage to schedule all these things? I wanted to do them, so I did them. It wasn't a schedule per se. It was a obsession. I fell in love with this. I allowed myself to become addicted to it. And I was very curious about how far I could take that. What does the best version of me look like in the game, right? What is the best Risk player that I could possibly be? And I think that question resonated with the early audience on YouTube, right? People watched the show because they wanted, I hope you found some of this educational and informative, right? But also entertaining. I'm sure I'm some combination of both for different people. At what point did you put all of your time into content creation? I was full-time in Risk for a year before I was monetized on YouTube. I would say more than full-time. And I was more than full-time for that second year after I was monetized before I started to make real money because my video went viral. I got lucky, friend. You can't do what I did, right? You can't count on doing what I did. He's streaming right now? Fuck yeah, man. I'll tell, well, he can watch the VOD or he can watch it on YouTube, but that's fucking sick. Maybe if he's still on, we'll rate him out. That's very awesome. How you doing, Risky Business? So, the final part of the question, I know I'm far off, but these are things I like to think about, and I would love to be able to stream and make content full-time, but it seems miles away. The last thing I say when I'm asked this question is this. If that was my goal when I started, I would have failed. I cannot give you advice as far as these are the steps you need to take to be successful with this. What I can say to you is, I believe that if you fall absolutely in love with something and you become totally obsessed with it and you're honest and open enough to show the work, right? To walk the path, then maybe you'll also get lucky. And that is all I can say about that, man. Great question. I wish you all the luck in the world. If you do happen to still be streaming after this, you will catch my raid defeating bunch of beginners, sure. GG, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found some of it fun and entertaining, maybe even just a little entertaining, or fun and educational. Wait, entertaining, fun, learning, the learning. I love you, folks. Thank you for watching, and for all of you on the path to world domination. Good games and good luck.